Hi guys, welcome back for another video. I'm Jess and I'm one of the creative designers here at Sizzix. Today I am going to play with the brand new Catherine Pooler collection. I'm going to use some of the Finalise dies from her collection to create some gorgeous little coasters. So I'm going to use a few different designs. I'm going to show you the whole concept of how to piece them together, and then they're fully usable as gorgeous little coasters, perfect for gifts or anything like that to kind of liven up your space this summer. So let's get started. Okay, so I have pre-made 2 coasters just to show you guys the concept and the dies that you can use with this kind of idea. So the ones I've already done, I have used the dies here, so I'm just double checking the names for you, Whimsy Bloom and Rainbow Arches. So I use those ones to create these 2, and then I'm going to make a third using the butterfly die. So this is Bright Butterflies, just to show you a bit of variation, but you could use all 3 of these dies, you could just use 1 and just take the concept and replicate it if you want to. So whatever you want to do, you can do with this and any of these dies basically, because I think they all work perfectly together, and that's the beauty of Catherine's collections. So I am going to use the butterfly die, and to create these you need just some acrylic discs basically. You can literally get them online from hobby stores, anything like that. They're super cheap to pick up, and they're just clear acrylic discs. You can get different shapes of these as well, so if you prefer to have a hexagon or something like that, you totally can do. But for each coaster, you need 2, because we're going to sandwich them together and we're going to sandwich your design inside. So that's very, very important, and that's going to make it actually usable. So 2 for every single coaster. Okay, so we're going to take one of our clear discs and we're going to build our design on top of it. So I'm going to take some of the butterfly dies and my mixture of cardstock. So I'm just going to grab a couple here. So these butterflies actually have an outline and they have an inside kind of design as well. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do the outline as well, so it's kind of like, can you see from the packaging, you've got an outline and then you've got the inside as well. So you can do that if you want to. I might just do the inside one. The inside little butterflies have little embossed details as well, but you also have the bodies. Oh, I'm pinging bits off. I'll just grab that. I've just dropped a piece. And you have like little trail pieces as well, which is really, really cute. Mine are on a sample sheet, but yours will come in the really nice packaging in the plastic wallets as well. So you can kind of pick your colours. I'm going off of Catherine's vibe for this collection, so summery, bright, fun colours. But obviously if you're making it for a certain room or as a gift, you can cater the colours to whatever you kind of want. So I'm thinking at least 3 butterflies, and then we'll figure that out. So I'm going to just use my big shot machine and I'm going to layer up what I want to cut, and then we can hopefully cut it all in one go and use the whole space of our big shot. So I'm thinking maybe a nice blue. Let's grab another one. I think a yellow. I might just cut an extra one as well with the green and see where we're at. And we can do a lot of arranging and things like that once you've got everything kind of all together. So I'm going to cut a couple of the bodies in like a brown, and then the hints of gold that I've got going on in everything else, I want to make sure I'm including those. So I'm going to do the trails of the butterflies in gold, I think that'll be really cute. There are some little hearts as well actually in the die set, so let's cut those as well. Okay, so I'm literally going to cut those all in one. Make sure you're using the whole space of your big shot. So I'm just going to roll that through, nice and easy, like so. Okay, so all those pieces are cut out, and now we can start arranging them. So I am actually going to use just some glue to stick them all down. I popped some Aura Express glue into like a thin glue just to make it a little bit easier. A tip that you can do is if you don't want to use glue or you feel like it's going to get messy, you can use some of our Sizzix adhesive sheets on top, underneath your cardstock before you cut it, and you can do it that way as well. So whatever you prefer to do, completely personal preference. So I am going to arrange everything before I start to stick it down, make sure I'm happy with the composition, and then literally place the glue on the back. Now don't worry about putting things over the edge. So you can kind of see from both examples, this one I haven't done anything over the edge, but this one I have, and I literally am just going to trim it off. And I think that'll look really kind of cool with this design. So we are just going to take these little butterflies and just kind of arrange them as we see fit. And then you can take things like, just grab that with my tweezers, the little trails, and we can start to arrange those as well and like layer things up on top of one another, because bear in mind we're sandwiching it anyway, so it doesn't really matter if some things are double layered or anything like that. It's still going to be able to sandwich between the two pieces of acrylic, so don't worry too much. So I'm gonna play around with the composition and then get everything stuck down, and then we'll come back and finish it off. Okay, I have stuck all of that down. I think I'm happy with the little composition. I was going back and forth whether to put the hearts on, but I think it looks cute. Now, with any of the excess, we're just gonna literally take a little pair of scissors. I was gonna say tweezers, and then I was like, obviously these are scissors, and just trim off the edges ever so slightly. Okay. So anything that's overhanging, we want to trim off. Now, we're going to layer the other piece on top. I'm just going to take kind of a little bit of a wipe or something like that. Make sure that this is nice and clean. Obviously, the glue does dry clear, but if you've got like a little bit kind of come out at the side, you can just kind of try and get that off with some tweezers or with a wipe or something like that. I suppose that's when your adhesive sheets or something like that would come in handy if you're a bit worried about getting any glue anywhere. But I think this is going to be okay. But the main thing is we don't want any kind of dust trapped or anything like that. So make sure that one's nice and clear and clean. And then we're going to make sure this one's all clean. And then we're going to sandwich that on top of there. Now, to secure them together, we're going to take some double-sided tape. Now, you want a really kind of decent, strong double-sided tape. The kind of red double-sided tape would be really good for this as well. But we're literally going to take it, line up one side. I'm actually going to line up the other way, so I've got a nice straight edge on my front of my coaster. And you want to make sure that you've got one edge perfectly kind of in line here. Sorry, usually I'm very close to it when I'm doing this, so I'm trying to keep my my head back so you guys can see everything that I'm doing, but just making sure it's nice and close. Now, if you can, and if you get a roller double-sided that's exactly the right width, then that is perfect. Don't worry if not though, because mine is not the correct width, and I'm going to trim it down on the other side. So not a big deal. But this is the best way that I found to secure both sides together, and I haven't found them kind of wiggling or anything like that. So when you get back to the beginning, I'm just going to tear it off like so. And then I'm going to take my little scissors again, and I'm going to trim around here. So keep the backing on for this. We're not taking the backing off just yet, but we're just going to trim around. And I found the smaller scissors. These are from the sculpting kit, the Sizzix kind of paper making kit. I find these little ones really, really good. And don't worry if they feel a bit sticky afterwards, just run a wipe over them or run them under some hot soapy water, and any sticky residue should come off. Okay, so we've got that strip off, so I'm just going to chuck that to one side, and then we can peel this outer layer off. Now, to cover it, I have two options for you. So we're going to bring in this little bit of gold that we've got going on, and you can use either decorative metallic flakes in whatever metallic you're kind of working with. So you could also add hints of like silver, rose gold, and use that. So you could use the metallic flakes. You could also use the decorative foil sheets, again in whatever metallic shade that you are working with. So it doesn't necessarily have to be gold. If you prefer silver or rose gold, you could do it that way. I'm going to use the foil sheets just because they're slightly less messy than the flakes, but if you've got one or the other, that's totally fine. Just use that. And then you're literally going to take it and place it and give it a rub. Then we take it off, and this is going to cover the double-sided and give it a nice clean edge. I probably should have taken off the double-sided in bits, but that's fine. So I'm going to go around once. And then I'm just going to go in and really push the foil in there. Get all of those kind of little notches and things like that. Completely cover it so it's not really tacky anymore to the touch. And kind of like really rub it in there. You can see the colour coming off of the other side. So whichever side your colour is, so this side would be rose gold, silver, gold, whatever it is, and the other side is like a duller, almost like pink toned, and you want to press it in that way down so your gold is facing upwards, and it's just going to literally come off of the foil sheet and then transfer it onto the tape. So very, very easy to use. But again, the foil kind of works in the same way. You just dab it on and it kind of will attach to the adhesive, and then you rub the excess off. I think I've got all of the bits that I want to, but hopefully you can now see that we've got a full gold trim on our coaster, and I can add it to my collection. Now you could even go one step further and you could get like little silicone, almost like little bumps to pop on the back, and they would be slightly raised and then they wouldn't slide about or anything like that. So you could totally do that. Little adhesive silicone bumps. Again, super cheap, can pick them up from pretty much anywhere, like online, hobby stores, anything like that. But then you have your fully functioning coaster. So I've got my mug and I can literally place my mug on there. But how cute are those? They are fully waterproof now. Like they're kind of acrylic on both sides, and then you've covered the entrance on the edge. So the cardstock is not gonna get wet or anything like that. And they're just super, super cute. I've had a lot of compliments on these in the office, so I really hope you guys love them too. Let me know if you guys recreate these using Catherine's new collection. There's tons more in her collection from like stamps and stencils and things like that. So definitely head on over to the Sizzix website and check that out. I'm sure Catherine's making a ton of inspiration and videos for you guys as well. So make sure you're checking all of that out. And if you recreate these, then please share them across our socials. I would love to see some of your gorgeous summer coaster makes. That is it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next one, but until then, stay safe and keep crafting. Thanks, bye.